Hi, this is Erin from The Witch of Saturn. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am so excited to open this beautifully wrapped deck that I purchased from Lennox Rees and received in the mail this week. I also ordered Peculiar Pathways Tarot, and I had to open this right away because I was just, man, I'm so excited about this deck, which was kind of a surprise. When I first saw it, I was like, like it's cool. I don't need it. It's not really like my style with the graphics in the center. And I am just so glad that I went ahead and purchased this because it's just amazing. And I have to say that I just really stan Lennox Rees as a deck creator. I think that she is just the top of the game, and every deck that I have of hers, the production quality is top notch. It's like she considered every single detail, and they're just a complete work of art, like a masterpiece. So prepare yourself for this video because it's probably just going to be me going on and gushing about how much I love these decks. So let's go ahead and open this. This is Coastal Curiosities, the Naturalist Edition. Probably should have said that to start with. It'll be in the title, so you guys will be fine. Look how pretty that is. I'm gonna move it far away from the candle so I don't set the house on fire. Goals for the day: don't burn the place down. So I also got the Coastal Curiosities specimen pack that we'll look through. So here, okay, we have this really nice two-part box. This has some gloss on the back with the cards' backs and one of the cards' images. Wander through 54 linen cards filled with cozy worlds of cherished creatures and antique trinkets inspired by the rainy woodland coast of the Pacific Northwest. Reflect on the messages in the 144-page guidebook and find inspiration in the flora and fauna for creativity and inner cultivation. Unlock the possibilities from the dense forest to the deep ocean. So this is the Naturalist Edition 2025, first edition. So here we have the guidebook, which does have, every video I've seen, people talk about like the texture of this kind of feeling leathery, and that's very accurate. I'm really excited about this guidebook because I think that Lennox's guidebooks are in and of themselves worth it. Like the purchase of the deck just for the guidebook is enough, let alone the fact that the deck is also amazing. But the guidebooks are always just just fantastic. So we have, oh, it's dedicated to her pit bull Sasha. I was reading in the Peculiar Pathways supplemental guidebook, Wonders and Wanderings, about how the death of her dog, when her dog got sick, how that really changed the way that she was creating art and seemed to be the catalyst in opening up this new pathway of deck creation for her. I mean, the loss of a pet is just one of the hardest things ever. So then we have a little introduction, table of contents, love that. A little welcome and introduction about the cards, the artwork, the Naturalist Edition, reading the cards, the anatomy of the card, sample questions, love this, spreads, fantastic. Oh, quite a few. Ooh, look at this. And they have really great names. The mile marker, the cloud, the journey, the river, the mountain, and then the cards. I love a picture of all the cards. And then each card in alphabetical order. Look at the beauty of the inside of the box. This is what I'm talking about. There is attention to every detail. This, to me, almost looks like these could line up, right? That there is a continuation here. I just think she's brilliant. So the deck also came with her business card, a little thank you about Coastal Curiosities, one of these very cool bookmarks, and this hermit postcard from, oh, this is from Peculiar Pathways. The deck itself is, of course, beautiful cardstock that is edged in this matte tan color to flawlessly match the backgrounds of the cards. Here are the backs, which I think are just so simple and beautiful. And the quality, I love her cardstock. I love it on all of her decks. Adapt, admire, advantage, awaken, balance, beauty, break, change, compassion, connect, cycle, depth, develop, discover, distraction, encounter, endurance, establish, flourish, forage, gather, gradual, grand, hidden, impulse, inspire, lively, loyalty, mature, memory, mend, nurture, observe, ordinary, passive, protection, pursue, repair, retreat, reward, roam, robust, rooted, scout, sharp, stillness, submerge, support, tender, timid, unearth, whisper, withdrawal, wonder. And I don't know if you noticed this, but all of the backgrounds are slightly different, these florals that have a different tone. There's just variety in the tonality of the cards, and there's a variety of textures in the backgrounds of the Naturalist Edition that just really flows so well together, but also gives variety to the overall deck, to the compositions. Let's open the specimen pack. I think something that I dislike almost as much as I usually dislike a tuck box is plastic shrink wrap. Oh, good. Look, that went better than expected. I freaking hate it. I know why people use it, but. Okay, so the specimen pack is cool. It almost looks like a little seed pack or something. Unfolds like this. Even comes with its own little guidebook. Of course it does. I mean, come on. And this has that same kind of textured rose petal, so it almost feels leathery. Even this box has that. Like, this is what I'm saying, the textures, there's so much attention put into this, not only the composition, the visual, the luxurious of every choice, the variety in texture, while maintaining this monochromatic beige background and flow. I just think that there's nothing, there's no notes. There's no notes. We have the specimen pack. Adrift, boundaries. I really love that. Frighten. Oh my gosh, this reminds me of a story. I just have to tell you guys of my mom when I was a fairly young child. Let's say maybe I was like between 8 and 10, and we went to a pet store, and there were fish tanks that were kind of stacked in 3 rows, and they had open tops. So, you know, imagine like a tiered shelf of 3 rows of tanks. And my mom goes up to a tank with a pufferfish in it, and she's like, oh my gosh, look how cute he is. I'm like, yeah, he's very cute. She goes, I kind of want to put my finger in and let him see if he'll give me a kiss. That's what she said. See if he'll give me a kiss. And I was like, Mom, no, you can't stick your finger in the fish tank, right? Like, this just seems like a terrible idea. She's like, oh yeah, you're right. Awful idea. So instead she decides she's gonna put her key in, her car key. So she takes her car key and she puts it in the tank, and the fish like comes up, and lo and behold, grabs on fairly viciously to her car key as if, you know, he's gonna eat it. So she panics and she goes like this, and she flings the fish. The fish holds onto the key. She flings the fish out of the tank. The fish drops into the tank below. And we're like, oh my gosh, now there's been a commotion, right? Because my mom is like, oh, like makes this big noise. So one of the employees comes over and we explain what happened, and she is so pissed. And she's like, this is a saltwater fish and that is a freshwater tank, and if this fish dies, it was just this whole thing. And so I can't see a pufferfish without having, you know, all of my childhood trauma. I kid. That's not my childhood trauma, but it is just such a story about what it's like to be my mother's daughter. So, frighten, risk, survival, trapped. And I'm gonna add these right in and see how it shuffles, which is of course beautifully. I love it. Lively, with boundaries on the bottom of the deck. So cool. All right, let's read from the guidebook on Lively. Full of energy and enthusiasm, interesting and exciting. Impressions: attraction, prosperity, zone. Analysis: hop around and add some pep into your thoughts and actions. Are you finding enough fun to keep a healthy spirit? Bright and bold draws you in, and the wild scent of open air keeps you moving. Don't be afraid to not be perfect. That's calling me right out. Fly around and pique your interest with senses ready to arise. Following an opening sometimes leads to a more extraordinary discovery of knowledge, community, and enjoyment. Continue adding newness to your choices for it to take root and join yourself in the freedom of expression. Observation: the old wooden birdhouse, propped up on a cut-off base of a candelabra, takes comfort and coverage within a sizably large blue hydrangea that's overtaking the habitat. A lively warbler, pecking around the honey mushrooms, uncovers a discarded bow wreath. during its springtime festivities. Oh, this is the bow wreath. Okay, and then with boundaries, let's see. So that was from the specimen pack. The limit that marks what someone considers to be acceptable. Impressions, repercussion, ritual, split. Analysis. Feeling the sting of overextension, exertion, and overexhaustion. Yes, every single day. The constant need to be available and the instantaneous contact clings to energy levels. Pull, push, push, pull. To ebb and flow along with the sea, a body of armor must form to combat a variety of encounters. What can you do to protect yourself? How can you reestablish your line in the sand to push back, stand firm, and stay buoyant? No matter the distance, tendrils drifting far are still attached. Retreat back and reconfigure where your perimeters are. Observation. Drifting with the endless ocean waves, the man-o-war jellyfish bobs serenely through the light-streaked waters. Various starfish begin to bombard the tranquility and attach themselves to the laurel. Their colors reflect like a flame on a candle wick, lit to ward off encroaching energies. And I just know for me exactly what this means, this reading, because I struggle every day with my to-do list, my need-to-do list, and my want-to-do list, where like what I'm doing right now, making this video, is what I want to be doing. And yet there are things that are not getting done because of it. And so I'm constantly, having to really set boundaries for myself around how much time I put into the things that don't bring me joy, and make sure that I put boundaries around that in order to spend time doing the things that really fill my cup. So I love this. Okay, let's move on to some pairings. So we have to start with the Peculiar Pathways Tarot, because obviously they're just made for each other. They look so good together. This is fantastic. The Chariot and Knight of Swords with loyalty. Nurture, Judgment, Knight of Coins. I love this. Like this call to awaken to what you want to nurture, and then bringing it slowly and steadily into the world. Wow, look at this. Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, and Mature, with this also mirrored imagery here. I can't. Five of Wands, kind of just like lighting that fire, and this warning to move gradually in order to find more groundedness and stability. King of Wands, Frightened, and Nine of Swords. Yes, every time I turn the news on. Okay. Next we have Lennox's other tarot deck, Folkloric Forest. Change, the Magician, and Knight of Water. Eight of Fire, Break, Ace of Water. I mean, they will look so good together. Oh, this is it's so beautiful. The Wheel, Memory, and Ten of Earth. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this just to use it with Folkloric Forest, let alone everything else. Trapped with King of Earth and Seven of Water. Wow, Two of Cups, Two of Water, Sharp, Page of Air. I mean, it's just a love story gone awry. The Chariot, Whisper, Nine of Water. Like, move fearlessly towards what whispers to your heart to fulfill all of your dreams. It's just perfect. Next, we'll look at Coastal Curiosities Naturalist Edition with Little Bird Tarot, the second edition that just came out by Shanna D. This is, I was so excited to pair these together. It's one of the reasons that I pulled the trigger on Coastal Curiosities was because I knew it would look so good with this deck. This deck is also another one that has a top-notch guidebook, so well done. Worth it for the guidebook alone. Admire, Two of Cups, and the Chariot. Oh, Three of Cups, Wonder, and Eight of Wands. Ace of Pentacles, Encounter, and the Hermit. I love these. King of Swords, Endurance with the High Priestess. These work so well together. Death, Establish, and the Star. I can't. Seven of Cups, Pursue the Sun. These work even better than I thought they were going to. Four of Wands, Impulse and Strength. Nine of Cups, Depth. Five of Swords. Ace of Wands, Connect, Two of Wands. The next deck that I knew this would pair really well with, because I had seen someone do this combination on TarotTube already, is the 5-cent tarot. And as you can see, it just really, the imagery mimics each other. The animals, the backgrounds. The Tower, Inspire, and Two of Wands. So good. These are a little too busy, I think. The Hanged Man, Withdraw, Ace of Matches. Like, withdraw and wait until inspiration strikes. I think they work really well together. It's just that these are just very busy. Yeah, like the advantage here is to wait for the right time. Four of Swords and Seven of Pentacles. But yeah, I think they do read really, really well together. I wanted to see how Coastal Curiosities would work with the Quiet Rebel Tarot, mainly because of the similar collage style with the black and white figure in the center, but also because I love the names of these cards in the Quiet Rebel that Lynn Thurman did, and I think that they are kind of like kitschy and like bangers that will work good with the keywords on Coastal Curiosities. So here we have Adrift with Knight of Pentacles, the Steady Plotter, and then Ace of Wands, the Big Bang. The Mastermind, the Power Struggle, and the Need to Repair works. Yeah, I love this. The Shadow Assassin, Awaken, the Casualty. The Panic Button, Unearth the Beautiful Mess. Oh yes, I love it. The Sneaky Bastard, Hidden in the Waiting Game. Come on, okay, this is better than I thought it was gonna be. The Fast Track, Grand, and then the Nap is Calling. It's kind of hilarious. The Eternal Optimist, Observe, and the Sharpshooter. The Letdown, the Peace Disruptor with Robust. The Pioneer, Roam, and the Sweet Exchange. The Tide Turner, Scout, and the Turning Point. This is, it's so good. It's so good. I have to stop. Next up is Antique Anatomy. This is the mass market edition, and I just thought that these would look, I mean, they look so beautiful together, right? I think that this works even better than 5 cent because of the, even while some of these images have some busyness to them, the very plain background is a really nice balance to the textured background of Coastal Curiosities. So I think in a way, these obviously pair so well with the florals and then the black and grayscale, black and white design elements. And something about this being very much like the life shown in Coastal Curiosities balanced with the death shown in Antique Anatomy, I really enjoy. Look, the balance. The deck is listening. King of Swords, Develop, and 2 of Wands. It works really well. Eight of Swords with support and 3 of Pentacles. That works great. Page of Coins, Discover, and 7 of Swords. Oh, and the fox in there, I think that really works together. 6 of Pentacles, Submerge, and 8 of Cups. I think they're beautiful. I'm not too sure about these next 2 decks, but I thought I would throw them in just to see. I think that this would probably work better. This is the Muse Tarot by Chrisanne, and I think that this would work better with the original Coastal Curiosities. I think there's just too much of a color difference. I mean, this kind of plays off of each other in a nice way. I do think that there's some nice mirroring here. I just don't know if this is my favorite because of the variation of the color palette. Like, it could definitely work, but I just in my head I just keep pulling up the images of the original Coastal Curiosities that had more of those geometric shapes in the background and some brighter colors, and I think that that deck would go so well with this. Okay, then this is Ethereal Visions, a mass market edition by Matt Hughes. Two of Pentacles, Strength, and Connect. Ten of Swords, Cycle, and Judgment. Really nice. I think that this is okay. It's just such a different art style. The color palette kind of works, but overall, not my favorite. Okay, and then the last deck that I was wondering about was the Yellow House Tarot by Heidi Nickerson. The Lover's Distraction, Ace of Swords. Look, this is so pretty with these colors. I think that this could work. The World, Mend, and Time. Yeah, I do think that this is beautiful together. Thank you so much for watching. It really does bring me so much joy to be able to share my passion for tarot and for the artwork in all of these beautiful decks with you. Please like and subscribe to my channel if this was something that you enjoyed and would like to see more of. Also, please feel free to comment and let me know what your thoughts are about this deck or about any of the pairings. And a special thank you to Lennox Rees for being such a freaking amazing deck creator. I'm so happy to have now four of your decks in my collection, which are Peculiar Pathways Tarot, Coastal Curiosities, this Oracle, Great Grandmother's Faded Frontier, who I just call Good Old Grandma, another Oracle, and then of course Folkloric Forest. And I'm ready for Folkloric Waters, so you know, no rush at all. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.